Welcome to this Wet Fish Films production. We are wreck diving on the Barge and the Fleur Du Lys at Swanage Bay, Swanage UK, with Swanage boat charters and Brian. The Barge is just an old steel barge that sank on the bottom not far from the Fleur Du Lys. The barge is about 15 metres long, 4 metres wide and stands empty but is 2 metres high off the bottom, and she's still in pretty good condition considering her age. The Fleur Du Lys is located at 53 degrees 37 minutes 4 seconds north, 00156 0 west. It is an old fishing boat. It's about 16 metres long. She sits at approximately 13 metres, where visibility can be as little as 0, but on a good day like today, between 6 and 8 metres. The Fleur was built in Brittany in 1969. She was 16.4 metres long, constructed from oak, and weighed about 45 tonnes. She was brought over to British waters from France, where she was purchased by Nick Brust in 1989. On Sunday the 16th of April 2004 people were on board on their way back to Brixham from a fishing trip around Alderney. They had been having problems with the hot water system. This led to an explosion on board, and that ultimately was the failure of the boat. There is always life in and around the barge, mainly small fish and crustaceans. It's a bit of a nursery, to be honest. Like all structure, it offers a variety of habitats. As a result, a greater variety of life stay and make their homes here. In the 30 years I've been down in the barge, the one constant is the vast shoals of small bib, a very common fish that live here and live here all year round. Les Riffs, my buddy, is never far away. Here, you see, is at the other end of the barge, showing how good the underwater visibility is today. And there is plenty of sunlight too. It's amazing. Wherever there is small fish, there are predators who lay in wait to take advantage. We were followed constantly by 2 or 3 large ballan taking advantage of us disturbing the small fish as we swam along. This pink sea fan has been in this position for about 15 years, I know of. It's very slow growing, 2 to 3 millimetres per year, and very vulnerable to disturbance. In UK waters, it is a protected species and one of our hardcores. hatch at the stern of the barge. Normally you never get to see inside. These are probably the parents of the small baby you actually see in the barge. They are all in good health, a large shoal, around 40 fish. We are now at the stern and rudder of the barge. This is where the rope is located. We use this to swim over to the Fleur Du Lys. It's not far, maybe 30 metres at best. In the past, there was a large wooden structure at the hull, which stood proud at the bottom. Today, there is no more than a pile of pipework and metal bits. She has deteriorated fast in the last 2 winters. However, this structure offers habitat to a wide variety of creatures that change with the seasons, so there is always something interesting to see. The rudder mechanism, here providing home and refuge to 2 large ballad bass, no doubt enjoying the spoils of their home. This part of the wreck is the only part standing proud at the bottom, and now a shadow of its former glory, which is a little sad in a way. propeller and me doing a rather poor impression of how it used to be when it was in service. I am only glad it's not bronze, it would have gone many years ago. On the first dives I did on this wreck 30 or so years ago, the wreck was almost complete and intact. Today it's a shadow of its former self, which, as I've said before, is a little sad, but it provides many homes for different species. Port side, the only remaining oak wood structure of the wreck, fast disappearing to the organisms that burrow and eat the wood, and a combination of winter storms. It's really cruel how the winter sea can be. Back to the bow, little remains except pipes, hatches and metal objects that adorn the deck. A couple of years ago this stood proud of the bottom, and often it's where the descent buoy line was sighted. No longer, I'm afraid. We will at this point head towards the stern, then send up a DSMB and drift off the wreck to complete the dive as a drift dive. Les likes a scallop or two, if possible, and we shall see what turns up. You never know it diving. At this point I turn my torch into a red flashlight. It's not quite as clear off the wreck. Should we become separated, it will make it easier for Les to find me, or while we're diving, at least keep track of me. At the end of the dive, we sort through the catch and send anything that's undersized back over the side of the boat. Here we are on our safety stops at 6 metres. Me swapped over to my 50% oxygen mix, and as you can see we have 2 minutes left. With thanks to Brian, Swanage Boat Charters, Kayara.com, Les Roos, my buddy, music, EBB, Density of Time, One Time, Jeremy Black, but not the least, Dan Henny, Orange Foot. I'm Tony Howells, filmmaker. I hope you've enjoyed watching this dive as much as we did doing it. See you again soon, bye!